Welcome everybody to my latest video. So for this video, I thought I'd take another trip down memory lane and talk about this other little import video game store. I can't for the world remember what it was called. I released a video about another store called P&L Video Games. That place was wonders, but around the same time and within the same area, maybe within a 20-mile radius, I actually discovered this other game store. And it was, again, an import shop, nowhere near as awesome as P&L. In fact, the only import stuff they really had was Famicom stuff that I can remember. And possibly import PlayStation and Saturn games. Now, it was a really small shop. And when you enter it, it was almost like entering an old video rental store. As you may not know, Famicom games, the packaging is different than Super Nintendo games, which you should know if you've ever been in the consoles. And whereas the Super Nintendo, the art was horizontal on the packaging, a horizontal rectangle, Famicom, it was much like an old VHS cover, vertical artwork. So you enter this place, and I'd say probably a good 75 to 80% of the store was just Famicom stuff. It's just areas and rows and nothing but Famicom games. And it was interesting to look at because a lot of the stuff I never knew existed. Couldn't read it because it was in Japanese, but very, very interesting. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this store is it brings back a memory. This place, yeah, I guess you could say they probably ripped off consumers, depending on how you look at it. You know, the buying and selling of used video games has been around, for a long time, since the days of the regular Nintendo. You know, in fact, I think Nintendo even had a big complaint over it and tried to stop places from selling used video games and even renting video games. But anyways, this mom and pop store, import store, I think I discovered it because I was looking for a copy of Street Fighter Alpha for the PlayStation. That game was released and was just sold out everywhere, even at P&L. So I go to this place, and they're like, yeah, we have it in stock. Now, this store, it was, a couple dollars more for new stuff, depending on how you looked at it. So they had this policy. You can go in there and buy a brand new game. Their thing was, oh yeah, we have new and used games, but we sell them at the used game price. So you're kind of thinking, interesting. You sell brand new games as if they were used games. Go on. So I'm going to use Street Fighter Alpha that I purchased there as an example. Can't remember what the price was, or let's just say it was $49.99. So I go in there. Hey, do you have a copy of Street Fighter Alpha? Yeah, here he is. It's $49.99. Great, I'll take it. So, pulls out the brand new packaging, completely sealed and everything. He opens up the packaging. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Now, I don't know about you, but when I purchase a brand new game, I like to be the one that opens up my own damn stuff. So, he's like, oh, well, yeah, here's the thing. We sell new and used games. We sell them at the used game price. So, you want the game. Okay, it's let's just say the normal Toys R Us price was $49.99. They're like, okay, yeah, well, we're going to sell it to you at the used price of $44.99, So it's actually a little more than probably what other places would sell it used. But like, yeah, but we're going to sell it to you for $44.99. Okay, so if you're just going to open it up and sell it to me for a couple bucks cheaper, I can live with that. He proceeds to take the disc out of its packaging and put it in a paper envelope, and then he gives it to me. I'm like, whoa, what, no packaging, no instructions? He's like, oh, well, if you want the packaging and instructions, then that's going to be an extra, $10. So not only is the game, Toys R Us had it for $49.99, this place is selling it for $59.99, and that's if you want the packaging and everything, and you don't even get the glory of opening it up yourself. And I was just like, what in the hell? But that was their philosophy, and I never got it. It was like, yeah, okay, interesting. I don't know if they were shut down. It sounds like what they're doing is illegal. I could be wrong. Maybe the laws back then were very lax, maybe non-existent. But yeah, here I am spending my money, and all I got was a disc, just a disc, in a paper envelope. And they're like, well, yeah, it's new, which, yeah, it was. He opened it from the packaging, but he's like, you don't get anything else. Now, nowadays, I think, especially the younger generation, they like everything digital, stored on hard drives, whatever. When I still buy my games, I like to have the physical copy. That I've always been that way. It's just the way I am. And, back then, I wanted to have everything. The packaging, the instructions, even the junk that comes within the packaging for subscription services. And it was just very, very odd. And I really didn't want to make the purchase after that, but it was the only place that had Street Fighter Alpha. So I got it, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't purchase from them after that. I went there to sell them stuff, which I think they may have given fair prices on stuff that they buy. But as far as purchases, yeah, I don't think I ever went back. But yeah, can you imagine that? So a regular price at a regular store is $49.99. You go there, they open it, give you the game, nothing else, for a few bucks less. But if you want everything else, you're actually going to be paying more than a normal price. Just very, very odd. I don't remember much else about this place. A huge majority of it was Famicom stuff. I don't even remember them having any import systems, so I really don't know how they stayed in business. As far as I remember, they may have only been in business for a year or two, at least at that location, but who knows? It was just very, very odd. I think one time I got my cousin to trade me a bunch of Sega Genesis stuff for something. I don't know what. And I went over there to them and I sold it to them. Oh, here was the one thing about them. When you sold them stuff, which I'm pretty sure, like I said, they gave fair value for your stuff. If you decided to take store credit, you actually got a small percentage higher than if you decided to take cash. So that was one good thing. That's probably why I kept going back over there to sell them used games and systems and stuff. But that's the only thing that I can pretty much remember about this store. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that. Take a little trip down memory lane. It was one of the very few import shops that I knew of. There was one other place, and hell, I only went there one time. It was interesting. It was back when I had my Turbo Duo. I was looking for a game called Kazakiri. Called this other place on the phone. I asked them about it. Oh yeah, we have it in stock. Went down there. I think it was like a 25-mile drive. I get there. Oh no, we don't have it. What they did try and do was sell me Dracula X, which at the time I knew about it. I heard about it. I had no interest in it. I could have bought it from them at that time for $80. It was an direct from Japan import. But yeah, I was like, okay, never mind. Thanks anyways. But yeah, that's I think that'll do it for now. That's all I can remember about this little place. So hopefully you enjoyed this little story. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm not sure why you would. Until next time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.